So we'll start in our cross-legged seats. And we'll just kind of sit left and right a little bit, forward and back a little bit with your hands. You're starting to identify some of the boundaries that you have in your body. The places where your hips will let you go, where you can't go, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. You just take bigger, deeper breaths while you do this. You can relax the neck a little bit, left and right with the neck too. Whenever it feels right for you, you can find stillness in your hips and kind of just navigate to that center space in the hips while you move your neck around. Bigger, deeper breaths. The next exhale, you're going to let the chin come all the way down to the chest. Get all the air out. Pull your shoulders down heavy. Push the hands away so that the elbows lock. Tuck the chin, round your back a little bit, squeeze your belly, exhale deep and push all your muscles, and then let the hands drop as you exhale and relax your shoulders, relax your belly, but stay just in this shape, just like this. So it's nice and heavy. It's almost as if you're nodding off to sleep like this. You feel that nice curve in your spine, the release in the back of the neck. This yin practice in yoga is unique. We spend most of our lives operating from the yang perspective of energy. It's the masculine energy, the one that forces and exerts and exudes, the one that transforms, creates, the one that exerts effort. This is how we are all living our lives. So in this yin yoga practice, we are starting to become aware of all the intangible things that are within us, around us, the things that we don't see but we know are there. This is the yin energy, that feminine aspect of creation, the eternal aspect, the life-sustaining aspect, the life force that we are connected to, the thing that keeps our heart beating. And the main way that we are going to interact with this yin energy is through these emotions of ours. Specifically, the emotions of gratitude, compassion, and unconditional love. These are the three attributes that we will ascribe to yin energy, our gateway. In every pose that we get into, we're going to experience physical tension. We are going to be confronted with options that will bother us, agitate us, hurt us even. And so it's going to be our duty to stay connected to this calm pace of breath, the soft feeling in your chest, this understanding that we are switching modes. We are no longer exerting or forcing anything. For this hour, we are going to let the pendulum swing the other way. We're going to begin now by folding forward over these legs. You can use your bolster and put it on your lap. This would be the easiest level of folding. You could also choose to put the bolster on the floor in front of your feet as you fold. You could also choose to just not use the bolster if you would like a deeper, more challenging stretch. I just want to find out where you are. And in this place, you want to be able to tuck the chin down and relax the back of the neck. Maybe you're even turning your chin left and right to really relax your neck. Soften your shoulders, relax the fingers. And then with a big, deep breath, you're going to squeeze the muscles in your lower belly as if you're a clamshell and you are squeezing tight. Someone's trying to open you up. You're resisting that. You're pulling the chest down and feel all that pressure in the hips until it doesn't feel good. And that's when you exhale and let it go. And feel that relief. No longer forcing. And simply just allowing yourself to be in the shape that you are. And in this place, you can focus all of your conscious awareness on the feeling that you get as the breath moves in and out of your nose. Now, in order to become aware of the intangible aspects of our life, we're going to have to get really good at identifying subtlety. And we'll find this subtleness in the breath. Find that subtle difference you get when you breathe through your nose as if you are smelling a flower. As if you're sipping on or tasting the breath, appreciating it. Then you continue this breath as if you are attempting to extract something from the breath. Understand that you have now a rhythm to your breath. This rhythm in your breath is going to bring you to the awareness of your heart beating in your chest. At first, you just feel the individual pulses of the heart. With a big, deep exhale, you release any anxiety and stress that's hanging out there in the chest. Return back to sipping on your breath through your nose, feeling the heartbeat. And just as we became aware of this subtlety and smelling the breath, if you will, savoring the breath, I want you to become aware of the subtle space in between the individual pulses of your heart. And in this way, you are feeling both the beats and the space in between the beats. You start to become aware almost of a general sensation that your heart produces. We could use another term to describe this as the vibration that your heart creates. When you have rhythm in your breath, you understand that there is tone in your heartbeat. The intensity of the beats mixed with the rhythm of your breath. It creates your music, if you will. Your natural disposition. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Sit back in your hands. Extend the space in between your chest and your hips and your feet as you let the legs out long and shake out the legs. Feet, knees, hips, shake out the back of the neck. Big, deep breaths. And just push the body wherever it feels good. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You find yourself sitting in this bound angled position. Those knees can drop down. You're somewhat comfortable here, and you can always move the heels away to find more comfort if you need to. So that when you sit up tall and you relax your neck and your shoulders and your hands, you take a big deep breath. Exhale deep. You're sipping on your breath now, remembering that rhythm and tone. And you just kind of doze off to sleep like this. Let the chin drop, let the chest get heavy, let the belly soften, and just feel the weight of gravity dropping you down. So you're never forcing. We're not exerting. We're not trying. We just are. You're just in this shape with the legs, and then you relax the upper body as much as you can. Tuck the chin, round the shoulders, and come back to appreciating the rhythm of your breath, sipping on it through your nose. And if you ever find yourself bored, like, I want more, just give yourself more. Bring that chest in the general direction of the feet. Force yourself a little bit until you find that place where you're satisfied, and then be okay with doing less. Lift the chest up a little bit. And so we found the subtlety in our breath, the way that it feels when we breathe, our rhythm. You found the subtlety in the heart, the beats and the spaces in between, your tone. Now find the subtleties in the body, the muscle tension that you're exerting in the jaw, the cheeks, eyebrows, eyelids, lips, back of the neck, collarbones, the toes. How much can you let go of here? You start to see that as the resistance that your physical body has to the general rhythm and tone of your breath and heart. And see, what's happening on a very basic level is that in this shape, the specific stretch in your muscles is creating a certain pitch, a certain amount of tension. You can understand this as a guitar string has tension in it. And then when you pluck that guitar string, it creates a certain pitch, a note. And so as you create tension in your muscles and you breathe, it's as if you are plucking the strings of a guitar. And the amount of tension you have, and the rhythm and the tone and your breath and the heartbeat that you feel, it will create the sound, the feeling, the emotional connection to the body. The amount of muscle resistance you have to this process that will determine the harmony that you experience. It's a big, deep breath. Reconnect, and release all the things that bother you. And then sit up nice and tall. Lean back in your hands. Let the feet out. Shake out the feet, knees, and hips. Relax the back of the neck and the shoulders. You're right back in your bound angle shape, the soles of those feet touching. But this time we lean over to the left. Right knee up and over to the left. And that way when we drag our top knee back now inside the foot, our legs are mirroring one another. We can sit up tall and relax that right foot so that the toes point away, and scooch over on the mat so that the big toe knuckle drags onto the mat instead of the hardwood. Or maybe you twist a little bit on the mat to find that comfort. Sit up nice and tall. And then see that as you twist to the left, the right hip raises. And as you twist to the right, that right hip lowers. So you're going to find yourself somewhere here between twisting to the left and twisting to the right, getting yourself as deep to the right as you feel good about. The place where you can relax the wrists and neck. You can release all physical resistance to this pressure that you're under. So you'll understand that if you're stretching too deep, if you're trying too hard, you won't actually be able to let go of the things that are bothering you, because you'll still be holding on to them. So you give yourself the grace, leaning over to the left maybe to find some relief. And then taking a more educated approach into that right hip until you feel like this is my spot. I feel the tension, I feel locked in, I can't go any further, and my breath feels comfortable and relaxing. I'm aware of my heart beating in the chest. I'm aware of the relationship between my breath and my heart, how they kind of interact with one another. And the pressure that I feel in my hip is not more powerful than the relationship I have to the feelings produced by my breath and my heart. It becomes this option. Either the negativity in your life or the wonderful, exciting, expansive sensations in your life. They're both present all the time. And whichever way we compose ourselves, however we push into our lives, will determine which one we experience more. So in this practice, you are allowing yourself for this 1 hour of your life to make the more compassionate, the more grateful, the more loving choice of these two options. Even if it goes against your nature. You must understand that this goes against everybody's nature. We are the yang energy. We are now embracing the yin. And if we do it well, we'll find balance. And we'll find harmony in between these two opposing forces within us. Because that's the goal. You don't become more flexible, you don't get stronger, you don't gain more mobility, you don't release pressure, stress, and tension, you don't heal from trauma until you create that harmony in between these two opposing forces. And by the practice of sipping on your breath through your nose and appreciating the movement of your breath, the practice of maintaining focused awareness on the heartbeat and the way that we experience the heartbeat in the chest, this is how we create a relationship to the yin energy that is seemingly foreign to us. We'll find relief from this pose by leaning to the left. Exhale deeply and take the weight off of this right hip so that when you stick your right leg out now, you can get onto both your hips and you've got your left foot folded into your right upper thigh. You kind of just reposition yourself left and right in the hips, the knees, the feet, shoulders, neck. We're taking our straight forward fold, but I'd like to suggest that you do so with your bolster. If you bring it from the right side and stick it underneath your right knee like this, we can support ourselves so that we don't have to force so much. And when you sit up tall, lift up your chin and your chest, you'll squeeze your lower belly muscles and notice how your sternum could face the center, but I want it to face the knee. From this kind of alignment, you squeeze and force yourself, belly to thigh, chest towards the knee, chin towards the knee. Tuck the chin around the shoulders, Push as deep and as heavy as you feel good about, and then let go. Exhale. And just stay in that place. Let go of things. Appreciate the movement of your breath, as if you are smelling the nectar in a flower. Feel your heart beat in your chest. Not the individual beats of it, but more so the general sensation of it. That low, consistent, eternal vibration of it. So from this place, I want you to see that you have a connection to the present moment, to the yin energy. Even if it's not stable or confident, it could be flirtatious, just a little bit of a touch, dabbling with your connection to it. But it's there, there's something. We deepen our connection by deepening the connection to the heart. And we're going to do this by just expanding our awareness. Become aware of the things that have always been there, but you weren't aware of. Your heart is experienced not only in your chest, but you can feel your heart in the pulses of your wrists. And understand that as you expand your awareness, the exertion of your effort, the muscle tension, will prevent you from feeling deep. So it's essential that you exhale and let go of things. And find the feeling of those pulses in the wrists. And feel the heart in the chest. And then with such a strong feeling of those pulses in the wrists, become aware of the pulses in your fingertips. You feel the wrists and the fingertips, all 10 of them. You can always bring yourself up taller for relief. Bring that heel in closer to the body and be really okay with doing less. The idea is that if you can't hold your awareness on the heart and the breath, and if you can't expand your awareness, then it's a sure sign that you're trying too hard. You're exerting too much effort in whatever pose you're in. With more grace, more compassion, and more love, we feel into our hands. You're going to become aware of the subtle sensations now. As you become aware of the space in between those pulses, the length of the palms. So if you turn your palms upwards now, it'll be almost as if you're holding a ball in your hands. As if you can feel the weight of gravity pushing into the palms of your hands. You feel those pulses and the way that the pulses travel through this space in your hands. You see, quite simply, these pulses in your wrists and fingertips, they're emitting sound waves, and these sound waves travel through your body and through the ether, outside of your skin. And so if you can feel into the palms of your hands, you will become aware of this sense of harmonization as all the different sound waves meet in the center of your hand. It may feel like a soft, subtle, tingling sensation. Take a big, deep breath now. Exhale it all out. Find your heartbeat in your chest. and the general sensation of your heart as it's felt through your hands. Hands and heart. Inhale, sit up tall. Remove the bolster. Let the legs out. Sit back in the hands and shake out the neck, shoulders while you take big or deeper breaths. We're going to come back through our bound angle pose. The soles of the feet are touching. And this time the left knee comes up and over to the right. So now both knees are on the right side. The left knee drags back inside the foot. We sit up tall and situate ourselves onto the mat so that that left big toe knuckle can be comfortable. Twist to the right, twist to the left. Remember what you're doing here. We exhale as we sink over to the left and drop that left hip as deep as it goes. And then you can inhale up out of that deep place you found. Give yourself some relief. Take a second approach with more grace and compassion now. Shake out the wrists, elbows, shoulders, back of the neck. Big deep breath. Exhale. Just as we found subtle significance in the inhale of our breath as we ascribe meaning to it, as if we are sipping on the nectar of a flower, we find pleasure in the inhale. I want you to understand that the exhale, it doesn't come from outside of you, it comes from inside of you. And so therefore the exhale has special significance. The exhale of your breath is taking things from inside of you and putting them outside of you. And so quite simply, the exhale is a vehicle that offloads things inside of you that are no longer preferable for your experience. You can call this carbon dioxide, but you could also start to find the subtlety of it. Can you find the emotion that comes up for you when you really feel a nice exhale? The safety in that, the confidence, the reassurance, the support, the relief. That big sigh of an exhale, it feels so good. It feels like you have less of the things that bother you. So can you identify something specific now in your experience right now in this present moment that is bothering you? It could be a thought, it could be a sensation, it could be a feeling. And think about that thing that you want to release while you exhale. Just as I asked you to think about the flower as you inhale, think about the thing that you would like to exhale. So intentionally, our inhale is the sweet nectar of life. Our exhale is the pain and discomfort of the body. And we just repeat this until the general rhythm of your breath is sweet and relieving. So relieving that naturally your jaw muscles soften, eyebrows soften, lips soften. Your connection with your heartbeat gets deeper and more intimate, so that when you reconnect with the heartbeat, you feel it immediately in the hands. You've already become aware of the hands, so now they are connected to the chest. So from this place, from this level of awareness, now we broaden the awareness to notice and observe the sensations that we have produced by the pulses in the temples. This is your heartbeat in your forehead. You become aware of the subtleties here. the general sensations throughout the length of your forehead that you're experiencing. And we use the breath to regulate any stress that we're feeling in response to this, letting it out. You become aware of the space in between your temples and the general feeling within that space. That soft, subtle, tingling sensation, almost staticky. It's very general, but it will harmonize in the center of your forehead. This we refer to as the third eye chakra. You're going to experience that general sensation localized in the center of your forehead, while you feel the general sensation of your hands and your chest at the same time. And you're going to breathe, helping you to regulate this big, intangible awareness that you're holding. Hands, head, and heart. Find relief here by leaning to the right. Exhale deep. Let the breath out. Take the weight off that left hip while you let the left leg out. You find yourself here with the bolster underneath that left knee, preparing yourself to take that same forward fold that we already found on the other side. So as you sit up tall with the chin and drop the shoulders down, you squeeze the lower belly muscles and bring your sternum to align with your left knee. And with all of your effort and focus and awareness, you squeeze into your fold, exert yourself into your deepest place, apply pressure, and then exhale deep and let go of the pressure. Maybe the hands drop down to the floor. Maybe the chin tucks heavier. Maybe the back rounds deeper. You feel that sweet inhale, the relieving exhale. And then when you find your heartbeat, without any effort, you also feel the hands and you also feel the forehead. With this awareness, you find the feeling of the pulses in your throat and how they are related to that general sensation you were already experiencing. Notice how that when you feel your heartbeat and you are connected to the feeling of your heartbeat, you cannot sustain discomfort. Your body doesn't allow it. You must choose either the feelings of the heart or the feelings of discomfort. It's quite easy to see then, throughout your life, whenever you have found yourself in great discomfort, you are often disconnected from your own heart, your own feelings, your own agency. And in that place, when you move and when you exert effort, you create pain in the body. And so quite naturally, the way that we heal ourselves from pain in the body is by choosing the feeling of your heartbeat and staying with it while you exert yourself and move through life. If at any point you find yourself disconnected from your heartbeat, I can flat out guarantee that you will have compromised your integrity. You will be in a position where you don't feel completely safe and comfortable. You will be exerting yourself in effort to control your surroundings in order to feel some sense of safety. This is not what we want. We want balance. We want safety, comfort, security, and we want strength, determination, discipline, clarity. We want it all at the same time. And so through this practice, I want you to see that you are capable of having your cake and eating it too. It's just that it's hard. It takes a lot of refinement. It takes a lot of reconnection. It takes a lot of reminding yourself of the things that you already know to be true. It takes a lot of realignment. But the wonderful thing is, once you understand how good your breath can feel, your realignment, your refinement, the reconnection point, it is literally available to you in the very next breath you take. Always. It's simply a reminder of getting back to the thing that you know works for you. Releasing the things that don't serve you in your present moment reality. And then maintaining your rhythm and your tone. And in this way, you can find yourself doing hard things. Having jobs that you don't love. Dealing with people that you don't want to deal with. But it doesn't throw you out of your alignment. It doesn't disconnect you from your heartbeat awareness. And that's what we're looking for. To be able to do anything, go anywhere, with anyone, in any scenario, and still feel our own connection. This is the value of unconditional love. So as you sit up tall now, exhale deep and remove the bolster. Let the legs out and sit back in the hands and shake out neck, shoulders, feet. Release the things that don't feel good here. We're going to come onto our knees. Onto our knees, back onto our heels, on the tops of our feet. You can always use a bolster in between the feet if this doesn't feel right. We go left and right with the hips. Forward and back with the chest a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Squeeze, exert your effort, try. Squeeze the belly, lift the shoulders. Exhale, release all your weight. Let the hands come down, shoulder drop, chin drop, as if you're falling asleep here in this pose. And support your hands somewhere. Lift your chin up a bit. You're as heavy as you get. Now, stop trying. Relax the shoulders. Find yourself in a comfortable position that you can maintain. Become aware of the most uncomfortable thing in your experience right now, the tops of the feet, the knees. Allow yourself to experience it fully, embrace it, accept it, and then make the choice to release it with your exhale. Focus on the discomfort while you intentionally let it release from your body. The exhale is a vehicle for your discomfort. Do this with purpose. Ascribe meaning. Now start finding the sweet nectar of your inhale as you release with the exhale. This is building momentum. Inhale to realign. Connect with that wonderful feeling that you know is available. Exhale, release all the pressure in the feet. And just keep it moving. Inhale to connect. Exhale to release. Relax the jaw muscles. Keep moving the breath. In the movement of your breath, start to choose the sweetness of your inhale over the relief of the exhale. And start to let the inhale be the predominant experience that you have here. And if or whenever you start to feel yourself overwhelmed by pressure, stress, and tension, take a big, deep exhale. And get back to your inhale. You see, in this pose, you are experiencing discomfort, and you are also experiencing wonderful, beautiful, pleasuring comfort. Your ability to feel the pleasure instead of the pain in this present moment. This is the only thing you have to concern yourself with. Everything else is unconditional. This is the true meaning of unconditional love. Love and pleasure, satisfaction and comfort, regardless of the condition that you are in. It doesn't matter how much pain you experience, because the sweetness of your breath is there. The more time you can saturate yourself in the experience of the nectar and pleasure of your inhales, the more momentum you can get yourself up to speed with in the rhythm of your breath and the tone of your heartbeat. This will dictate your natural mood, your personality, your perspective in life. This will dictate your belief system, the things that you believe to be attainable or out of reach. I want you to see that it becomes as simple as a decision that you make. That doesn't make the decision easy. All of the work that we do, the years and years of practice that we put into this yoga discipline, that's what makes it easy. This is your last breath like this. Use the hands by the knees, lean off to one of your sides, and very slowly let the legs out long in front of you. There's going to be a lot of pressure in the feet and in the knees, so as you extend them, it's going to feel intense. Exhale deeply to remove that pressure from the body. Relax the back of the neck. Push into the shoulders in the ways that it feels good for you. You're going to come all the way down to your back. Flat on your back, you can feel your alignment between your hips and your heels, and you can always squeeze those thighs, point your toes, roll your ankles around a little bit, and then relax the legs. And you're going to feel your alignment between hips and shoulders as you reset your shoulders subtly so that they are more properly aligned to the hips, and it feels just subtly better. The back of the head repositions. And then from here, you're going to grab onto your left knee. So the left knee comes up and we use our hands. Nice and easy, without pulling, we kind of just push the left knee left and right. Start to understand the different possibilities that you have available for you here in this left hip. Find the movement of your breath. And whether your knee goes to the left or to the right, I want you to find the most uncomfortable sensation available to you. Go there. Hold yourself there. Exhale deeply. And allow yourself to have this experience without fighting it. Find a way that you can be in relationship to the discomfort without having to resist it. You see, it's the resistance to our pain that creates pain. Once you stop resisting the pain and you just allow it to be, it moves through you. It feels like relief. And when enough of it continues to move through you for a long duration of time, you call this healing. We're going to take our knee over to the right side of the floor and find ourselves in a big twist. So we roll onto the right hip, get that left knee down towards the floor, squeeze the lower belly, exhale deeply all the air out of the lungs, and then make a decision for yourself and allow the body to rest comfortably somewhere that feels good for you. You sip on your breath. You feel the heart beat through the hands, the head, the chest. And allow yourself to saturate in the pleasure that you are able to create for yourself. Find that you can release the resistance to this pose. Our left leg's going to go down flat to the floor. Take a moment to recenter flat on your back. Reposition the shoulders. And bring the right knee up into your hands. Move that hip left and right. And whether it's to the left or to the right, you're finding the most uncomfortable sensation and making peace with it. Allowing yourself to exist within it. Find your heart beating. And take the twist over to the left side. Squeeze all the breath out of your lungs. Get as big as you feel good about. And then just allow yourself to be there without resistance. Start to catch the thoughts that are running through your mind here. Observe them. Relate to them. And from this place of compassion and unconditional love, allow yourself to release those thoughts. Just like throwing a fish into the water. Bring yourself back into your breath, back into your chest. Slowly exhale while you let the right leg down flat. And set up your foundation for Shavasana pose. From the hips, you extend your heels, and from the hips, you realign your shoulders. Squeeze any muscles and move any joints that feel like they would benefit from it. And then let the feet splay out. Let the palms turn upwards so that the hips soften and the shoulders soften. It's a big deep breath. Reconnect and release anything here that feels bothering. You slowly become aware of the subtle muscles that you're still squeezing. Forehead, cheekbones, jaw, collarbones, fingers, lower back. Little by little, your body feels heavier. And with all this support, with all this grounding support in your physical body, I want you to feel safe enough to allow yourself to just flow and float through this eternal, never-ending, compassionate river of yin energy. It can't take you anywhere away from where you are. But it can take you away from the things that limit you. The body can soften completely because you are bound to the feeling of your heart. And if you ever catch yourself holding on to some thought that takes you away from your heart, just take a big deep breath to reconnect and an exhale to let go. And start to move your fingers and toes a little bit. Move your wrists and ankles. You can bend elbows and knees. And with the next inhale, reach your arms up over your head and stretch your whole body with a big deep breath that you hold for a moment. And then exhale for a big relief. We're going to use the same technique, but this time, instead of exhaling for relief, we're going to exhale through our movement up to our seat. So it's a big deep breath, reach over your head, squeeze all your muscles, and then when you're ready to exhale, sit up tall, let all the pressure out of your body as you go. Find yourself into your cross-legged foundation, feeling the alignment of it. You kind of push forward and back, left and right, relax the neck and shoulders, so that when you take your one big breath now, you let go of all that stress that you just went through and reconnect to your heartbeat. Find all those subtleties, like the feelings in the hands and forehead, the relaxation in the muscles of the jaw, the neck. Find that sweetness of your inhale. These are all tools that you use, so that throughout your day, when you find yourself in different poses or different situations, different environments, different relationships, different conversations, you recognize the stress, pressure, and tension that that pose creates for you. You exhale deeply, release all the parts that are bothering you. And then you can inhale to find this sweet nectar of life, as if you're sipping and smelling that flower. Remember all of the goodness and the pleasure that you experienced here in this safe, controlled environment. And just know that you can, with discipline, recreate all these same sensations unconditionally.